Hello guys, welcome to my channel Sleepy Story. Today I'm going to read the story called Staying at Home by Heather Meisner and Parvinder Singh. It was the last day of school and Maya couldn't wait for the holidays to begin. Every year Mom and Dad rented a lovely cottage by the sea and soon they would be going there again. A photo of the cottage leant against the mirror in Maya's bedroom. Every time she brushed her hair, she stared at the small white cottage. It had a large back garden with lots of apple trees. "Only 2 more days until we go," said Maya that evening as they sat down to dinner. Mom said, "I can't wait to get there. We can walk by the sea every day." "And we can go for bike rides," said Dad. "We'll build a tree house, right, Maya?" said her brother Taj. "I'll pick apples and make apple pies," said Granny. But the next day, as Maya was getting ready in her room, she noticed a big red spot on her forehead. There was another on her nose and a third on her chin. As she stared, she saw more and more spots on her face and neck. Her body began to itch. Maya pushed up her sleeve. Her arm was covered in spots. The doctor came. She looked at Maya and said, "Oh darling, you have chicken pox. You must stay indoors for at least a week so that other people don't catch it." "I can't," said Maya. "I want to go to the cottage." Maya's eyes were sore and her head ached and her body itched all over. She had spots behind her ears and in her mouth. She felt terrible. The next time Maya looked in the mirror, she began to cry. "The spots are everywhere," she said, "and I can't go away." "Never mind," said Granny. "I'll stay here with you, darling, and I would love to look after you." "But I really want to go to the cottage," said Maya. "Well, you can go next year, my darling," Granny said. "This year, let's stay home together and have a special time, just us." The following day, Maya waved goodbye to her family, and then she ran to her bedroom and cried and cried. When Maya smelled food cooking, she began to feel hungry and slowly walked downstairs. Granny had made fresh vegetable soup for lunch. Then she read Maya a story and told her about when she was a child. "I had 6 brothers and sisters. We never went on holiday," Granny said. "I didn't go to the seaside until I was grown up, but we had good times when we were children. We made things and we played together." Day by day, Maya started to feel better, but the spots didn't stop itching. "Don't scratch," Granny said, "or the marks will stay with you forever. We need to keep those little fingers busy. Let's do some cooking, darling." "Oh, wow! Can we make some flapjacks?" asked Maya. Granny smiled and nodded. Maya weighed out the ingredients, and Granny heated the butter in the pan, and Maya stirred everything together. The next day, Maya felt even better, and some of her spots had started to clear up. She and Granny made bread. Maya weighed the flour and butter, added the yeast and salt, and mixed it all together with warm water. She loved kneading the dough and seeing it rise in the warm cupboard. She made a perfect loaf. Each day, Granny showed Maya how to make something new, and the week went by very quickly. When a family returned, Maya ran to greet them. "The car broke down and it took hours to get there," said Dad. "It rained all week. We only went to the beach once," said Mom. "And I had no one to play with, and it was too wet to build a tree house," Taj moaned. "Well, I have been very busy, said Maya. She pointed to the bread, flapjacks, brownies, and fairy cakes she had made. I didn't know you could cook so well, said Dad. Nor did I, Mom said. I had a great time, said Maya. Do you know when Granny was little, they baked every day and they always made their own cakes and puddings? And will you bake every day? Asked Dad, eating his second flapjack. They all laughed and cheered, while Maya hugged her granny and said thanks to her for taking such a good care of her.